There is a substantial risk of loss associated with trading forex, binary options, stocks, or equities, collectively, asset classes. Only risk capital should be used for trading. Trading in any asset classes is not appropriate for everyone. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. No representation is being made that investors will make profits, or will not sustain losses. Before trading in any asset classes, investors should consult with their professional broker, financial advisor, or financial consultant to determine whether trading asset classes is appropriate. Investors who trade in any asset classes should only do so if the capital used for this purpose represents funds that an investor can afford to lose without adversely impacting the investor's lifestyle. No trading strategy or methodology is without risk of loss. No trading strategy is risk-free, and no trading strategy can guarantee profits or freedom from losses. Investors risk losing the cost to execute any transaction, including associated commissions or fees. You should carefully consider whether trading in any asset class is appropriate for you in light of your investment experience and financial resources. Any trading decisions you make are solely your responsibility and at your own risk. None of the statements or materials in the Auvoria Prime chat rooms constitute a solicitation or recommendation to buy or sell.
All right, welcome to the first Developer Insights call of the week. All right, on this call, we go over all things arrow, red light, green light, and market maker trends. All right, so again, for everyone here, if you are new and need help getting set up or have any questions, basic questions, whatever the case may be, drop new. All right. If not, we will we'll go to some advanced questions. All right, Jared Wong is new. All right, Jared, have you gotten set up yet? Are you already set up? All right, great. So you're already set up. That's good to hear. Now that you're set up, what questions can I answer for you to help you bring you up to speed? Well, first of all, let's back it up. What software did you get? What software? MMT and Arrow. All right, great. All right, good stuff. Great combination to allow you to trade manually as well as to automate your trading. All right, what questions do you have? All right, where do you want to start at? We'll get you set up. I noticed my trades today closed early. Ah, great. Same with me. All right. So with market maker trend, there is what we call a non-hedging feature. All right, a non-hedging feature. All right. Actually, I'm gonna show you one of my demo accounts that I'm running tests on right here. Let me log in here. All right. Anytime that you have anything that happens on your account and you don't know why I did take a trade, you don't know why I closed out early, you always want to come to the experts tab right here. All right. So what you want to do to find the experts tab is you come here, you hit this gold folder with the gold star. It brings up your navigator. I'm sorry. The gold folder, the gold star, next to it, there's a little icon, little white sheet of paper with a blue strip. It's called a terminal. You can select that. You can see your balance here. All right. And then what you do is you scroll down here on the tabs, the experts tab. All right. And you come to experts tab and it will do what? It will show you everything. All right. This is Nemesis. Nemesis is the artificial intelligent virtual assistant that will tell you everything that happens going on to your account. All right. So you see right here when it these modify messages right there are just anytime it's moving, stop loss and profit. All right. Taking partials, things of that nature. All right. New sale order. Anytime a new sale order happens. All right. Here it says trading prevented. trading prevented because again, US 30 only trades during that time frame. All right, which is 6:30 a.m. Eastern to 3:30 a.m. Eastern. You can see it try to take a trade at 3:26 a.m. It doesn't trade until 6:30. All right, so it gives you all the information here. Now let me find it. Maybe it wasn't on this account. Let me see here. It should have been on this account as well. So when the trade closed out early, you'll see here it'll say make a comment that trade was closed, and it'll say non-hedging feature. All right, non-hedging. Let me see if it's in this account. So, nope, it's in my other account. So non-hedging, there's a non-hedging feature, which means what? So a non-hedging feature means that if the software detects that the trend has changed, it will close the trade out early before it hits stop loss. Today's trade closed out with a small profit. Some trades close out with a small loss. Some trades close out at break even. But the goal is that it detects the trend is going the other way and it closes it out before it hits stop loss, protecting your account. So it's just a non-hedging feature. I do not, with the software, I don't personally like hedging and don't allow it on the software. And so that feature is there to protect you from the trade going the wrong way and hitting stop loss. All right. What else, my friend? Welcome to the family as well. And feel free, if anybody else has any questions, feel free to chime in, guys. And then once we have pretty much everything answered here, I'll talk about updates coming up. All right. I have a prop firm and a small account, and I can't use NT because of the amount of the small account. What do you recommend you do? All right, great. So if you have a small account, the software can work on accounts as small as $100. So if your account is less than $100, then you need to just add more money to it. But as long as you have $100 or more, you should be good to go. And what you need to do is find a broker that has the mini contracts. All right. So there's a couple brokers out there that do so, but that's what you want to find. Send me a message on Telegram, and I'll recommend to you some brokers that have mini contracts. I got about 2 or 3 of them. All right. My experts didn't notify or anything. It said hit stop loss, but I was using Classic. But it makes sense. I didn't know about non-hedging people. I'm sorry, I ran it wrong. Huh? Well, if you run a Classic, if it hits stop loss, then it didn't close early. It just hit stop loss. So if they said it hit stop loss, then that's what it hit for the stop loss. But yes, there's a feature called non-hedging. Again, you'll see it mainly when there's a lot of volatility in news. That's not going to be something you see every day. Can you go over current status of NMT and the confidence you have in it? Yeah, great question. So my confidence in it right now is I'm running it on $1 million account. Simple as that. The incident we had was a one-off. All right, that is being corrected and protocols have been put in place so it never happens again. And this is on top of the additional protocols that that I already implemented above and beyond what Auvoria Prime does. So the cool thing about the new protocols that we have are that these new protocols will be utilized for every software that AP actually offers to customers. All right. So that's my confidence in it. I'm using it on $1 million account. I've got customers contacting me with 10, 50, $100 million accounts, with hedge funds, things of that nature, that are actually wanting to utilize the software. All right. So confidence is high. All right. Just re-optimize the software, added NOS 100 to it. And so, we'll talk more about version 2.03 later on. So yeah, the current status right now is that we put protocols in place to make sure that what happened with the US 30 glitch doesn't happen again. All right, as you can see, it's been performing with 2.02. It's been performing very, very well. As you can see, I've been telling people, I gave people the option to use Classic, but I told people 2.02 with the trend filter is a lot better. And as everyone has been seeing, 2.02 has been performing very, very well over the last couple of weeks versus Classic. Takes less trades. When Classic wins big, it wins big. When Classic loses, it loses big. So you got that balance. But with 2.02, when it loses small. When it loses. So when it wins big or medium. Like I said, or you break even. So you have bigger winning days and you do losing days. And overall, 2.02 is the better and safer software to use. So for me, I recommend utilizing 2.02, which again, 2.03 is coming. And with 2.03, we will add NAS 100. So you'll be able to trade DAX, US 30, and NAS 100 all at the same time. And we'll talk about what that looks like, when the time comes. All right. Do you recommend running on US 30 and DAX or just one at a time? Three of you, Jared. If you just want to run one, you can just run. I run both. Simple as that. I run both. And when NAS 100 comes out, I'll run all three. So it's really up to you. If you like just the way DAX runs, just run DAX. If you like just the way US 30 run, I know some people that only run US 30. They like the way US 30 has been moving lately with 2.02, and they just run US 30. I know some people that just use Classic and DAX because that's all I can do. I know some that use both. They use Classic on DAX. They like the way Classic, gets more trades, and then they'll use 2.02 just for US 30. All right. So it's really up to you on how you want to do it. All right. I recommend running both on 2.02. And again, when 2.03 comes out, I will show you guys why I like 2.03 even better. All right. Should I use MFS as a prop? I don't recommend prop firms. All right. So if you're talking about using prop firms for the EA, red light, green light when it comes out, or market maker trend, then don't ask me because I'm not gonna recommend any prop firms. I'm still working out a deal. I've already got one deal worked out with one prop firm. So as soon as they launch, they have already, we got to put it in writing, but I've already gotten their confirmation that they will allow for a market maker to be, a recommended EA. That way, they will not, number one, they will not pay you out. Number one. Number two, they will, what's the word? They will not make up any rules to keep you away from, getting paid out. All right. Again, I talked to a customer in the chat today, and I brought up QB Stu, and QB Stu posted his transcript of when he talked to customer service. All right. And so what customer service did is it was time for him to get paid out. He submitted a ticket to get paid out on my Forex fund. They talked to him about it, responded to him, say, hey, we'll respond back to you. And then literally 48 hours later, they denied his payout and said that he violated a rule. Little did they know, he had already read all the rules beforehand. The rule they utilized was a brand new rule they made up within those 48 hours to not pay him out. Literally, he submitted a request to get paid out on a Friday. On that Monday, 48 hours later, they had made up a whole new rule and denied him getting paid out. This is why I do not recommend prop firms, guys. All right, got to have the right partnership with the right prop firm. All right. If someone knows somebody I can get in contact with in my Forex fund, let me know, or FMO. But hey, these guys are in it to get paid. All right. They make money off of us losing. They make money off of us paying those one-time fees. All right. I keep telling people all the time. They don't want to listen, they keep wasting their money. All right. Stop wasting your money and wait till we get an approved list. And when we get an approved list, I'm still not going to release it automatically. I'm going to go and I'm going to pay the money up front myself, and I will run market maker on it to see if I can pass phase. All right. Because again, we all know that all brokers are not created equal. All right. So got a couple good ones though for you. I got one real good one for you that's already been, the broker they use has already been utilized and tested already. So I know that one I may release because I know market maker likes their broker they utilize for this prop firm, and people have already passed. I still may do it just to have the data. Say, hey guys, here I've already used market maker and I passed with it. So go ahead and use this broker. Use this prop firm. But the cool thing about them is this prop firm, they do not have a time limit. As you know, most prop firms have phase 1 and phase 2, and then phase 1 might be 30 days long, phase 2 might be 30 days long or 60 days long, whatever the case may be. This prop firm only has one phase, just phase 1, and they have what do you call it? They only have, they have no time limit. So if it takes you 45 days conservatively, running the bot at like 0.3, 0.4 risk, and it takes you 40, 45 days to pass, they don't care as long as you don't violate the rules. So that's gonna be a real good one that I look forward to recommending you guys. Plus, they also use the broker I was telling you about that has already, we've already had customers use that broker to pass other prop firms with. So again, I'll most likely run and pay for an account myself to run a bot on there once it passes and everything's good to go and I get fully funded. Because again, it's only one phase. Then I will let you guys know. All right, and I'm working on 2 other ones outside of that one. All right. Actually, I'm sorry, I'm working on one other one outside of that one because the other guy already said yes, just waiting for him to go launch. All right. So that's what it's about, guys. When it comes to prop firms. If you want to learn more about prop firms, go into AP's back office and go to AP Live. And on the AP Live, you can go to my tab, with my picture there, and you can go to my videos, and you can go watch all my videos. My videos will include the prop firm call that I used to have. I no longer have that call anymore because no one really got on it. And on that call, I walk you through everything on how the prop firms make their money. All right, to clarify, QB Stu used MMTEA on MFF and they said he broke the rule. To clarify, he used MMTEA on an account with my Forex Fund, got to the point of making a withdrawal. You know what I'm saying? He got the email. Again, this is how prop firms work. They will send you the email letting you know that it's time for you, if you qualify for withdrawal. He qualified for withdrawal. He went to go make he submitted to make a withdrawal, told them how much. They said they responded to him that, hey, we will look at your account, verify it, and get back with you. All right. And within the next 48 hours, they created a new rule that was never there. And they came back and said he broke that rule, and that's why they won't pay him out. That's a scam. That's a scam. You cannot make up a rule beforehand. Now, if they paid him out and said, hey, going forward, here's the new rule, yada, 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 cool. But they literally, and again, you can see the transcript, he put the transcript into the MMT chat. So he broke a rule that was never there in the first place. When he asked for withdrawal, the rule was made after the fact, after he already requested for a withdrawal. All right. This is why I don't recommend the prop firms, guys. I've been saying this since day one. No one listened. All right. Prop firm call got canned because nobody was showing up. All right. Had the same people get on the call that been there coming from every day. So it's not not going to waste my time if nobody wants to get on the calls. Everyone wants to ask about prop firms in the chat, and they don't want to get on the prop firm call. So I'm not going to waste my time. Anybody else? Anybody else? I agree, Joe. I agree. I agree. All right. Nobody else? All right. So I'll talk about some updates. All right. So updates. Version 2.03 for market makers getting ready to go into testing. All right. Right now it's going through the QA process to QA quality check the code by a third party. All right. That's part of the new process. Then the soft launch group, we will test it out for a week or two before we release it to the public just to make sure that it is working as it should and it is profitable like 2.02. All right, version 2.03, we have, again, we're past the 3 months date now, this market maker first launch. So we have re-optimized DAX settings. We have re-optimized US 30 settings, and we have re-optimized, and we have created, found, new settings for NAS 100, as NAS 100 will be the newest pair that we add. Why do we re-optimize every quarter? All right, the market changes. Again, like I told people when I first launched Market Maker Trend EA, that there's no reason to have 3-year, 5-year, 10-year, 15-year back tests showing profitability for all that time. Why? Go use one of those EAs that has 10-year back tests. Tell me how profitable it is now. Oh man, back in 1992, it made 57%. But in 2022, it lost 57%. Why? Because the market is forever changing. All right. The market changes often. And so for me, what it's shown to work is that with Market Maker, I train Market Maker or optimize it and train it on how to trade on the pairs we traded on based off of utilizing a AI software. All right, it's a machine learning software. So it can run thousands of permutations. Just kind of give you guys an insight. When we run the optimization tool with machine learning, it runs thousands of permutations. The last time we ran it for the first time we ran it for US 30, when US 30 first was launched with 2.0, US 30 came back with 181,279 different combinations of settings for the software. All right. And we got all those settings in a matter of an hour. 181,000. So it did a 3-month back test, and it was able to pick up 181,279 permutations or different variations of settings. And then from there, we sorted out to find the top settings based on the criteria that we're looking for, and then we go and we retest those. All right. And then once we found the top 3, the 5, then what we do is we test those settings over the past 6 months. So we train the software on the previous 3 months, all right, and then we test it on the previous 6 months. Long and then again, the best one out of that group is the one that we put forward. All right. So guess what we just did? Now that 3 months is up, all right, that's our expiration time. Now it's time to what? Now it's time to retest the software over the past 3 months, and then find the best settings over again and test those over the past 6 months. All right, that's how the process is going to give you some insight on how it somewhat works with the machine learning algorithm. All right, the cool thing about the machine learning algorithm is it does all the heavy lifting for us. All right, if you ever think about what goes on in Market Maker, the profit locks, the equity protector, the profit protector, partial take profit here, partial take profit there, trading time, trading days, entries, entry criteria, trend timeframes, trend criteria, all that. There's so many different combinations you can have. That's why machine learning algorithm is utilized to be able to speed up that process to find the best combination that we can. All right. With that being said, 2.03 is should be ready here. I'd say about a week or two for the public. All right. I will tell you going forward, I don't know when, but once we decide on it, Classic will no longer be available. All right. And again, I think you guys are already starting to see that version 2 is better than Classic significantly. Those who are using it are winning. Those who aren't are losing. Those who are using both are losing or having small profits. So I advise you to move to version 2, all right, at ASAP. All right. So before I talk about anything else after that, after version 2.03 is launched, we won't have any new versions until red light, green light is out. All right. So red light, green light EA will come out. All right. Don't quote me on it, but with the way the new process is set up and testing and all that, get ready for launch. I would suspect that red light, green light EA will launch next month of August. It'll either launch on just gold or gold and oil. We'll see how that goes. All right, but red light, green light going through the same process. It gets trained by the machine learning algorithm. It goes through the same process before we release it to the customer base. As far as having the code QA checked by third party. We're going through all the protocols to make sure that you guys get the best product without any errors. All right. My question, Nate, is can we trade gold on the 1 minute time frame using red light, green light, and arrow? How many pips would we set a goal for? So Muhammad, I don't know. You can trade gold if you want to. All right. I don't use red light, green light to trade. The indicator to trade gold right now. I don't really trade gold like that. And so I can tell you, the gentleman, his name is Will. He came up with the settings, the best settings. And so I'd advise you to find somebody who has those settings if you don't already have them and use those. If I remember correctly, stop loss was like 80 pips. Take profit was like 100 pips. And then he had profit locks. So he used the Arrow Trade Manager to actually manage the trades. All right. But what I tell you is if you use Arrow and red light, green light together to trade gold, I would utilize Jackie's one candle strategy. All right. Let's go look at that. We'll go look at that on gold too. All right. Let me open up my other MT4 real quick and I'll walk you through that. This is what I would recommend if you're going to use red light, green light, all right, and gold. I mean, so Arrow and red light, green light to trade gold. Share my screen. Boom, boom, boom. All right, here we are. We'll bring up gold. We'll go to the 1 minute. We will add Arrow and red light, green light. All right, there are 3 simple rules to the one candle strategy. All right, 3 simple rules. All right, so we're on the 1. All right. 3 simple rules. Let's see if we can find entry on one of them. There we go. Hold on. So entry, verify. Yep, there's entry right there. All right. We have an arrow. All right. So there's 3 simple rules. And there's 3 criteria. All right. Number 1. No, we'll start off with number 3 and work our way back. 3 is what we call the one candle apart. All right. Number 2, we call next 2 candle. All right. And I'm labeling them 3, 2, 1 so that you understand them in the order of as far as probability of winning. All right. And then number 1 is same candle. Boom. All right. There we go. So what does this mean? This right here is a next 2 candles because the arrow from arrow, the white arrow, the sale, this was a white down arrow. Then you have a red light, green light sale signal are right next to each other. They're on the same candle or they're on different candles right next to each other. That's next 2 candles. They're next to each other. As soon as you get that second entry right there, boom, boom, boom. All right, bam, you're in the next trade, next candle. This candle, you had 1.4 pip drawdown and price dropped 15 pips. Max, it went down with 16. All right, that's a nice little scalp right there. All right. Let's go to a higher time frame and see if we can see the other 2 types so you can understand what I mean. So that's the next 2 candles because they're next to each other. You probably get the gist. 1 candle apart means there'll be 1 apart. Let's see what we got here. So here is same candle. Boom, same candle right here. You get the down arrow and the sell on the same candle. You get in here, little pullback, 10 pips, and it drops 47 pips. Same candle right here. Little pullback, 10 pips, runs up 22. If he held it, it pulled back about 18 pips, ran into the zone, up 91 pips. All right, that's the same candle. Next 2, I still don't see one, but you get the gist. That same candle, I showed you one next 2 candle. 1 candle apart just means that there's 1 blank candle in between that has nothing on it, no signal on it. So that one right there. So look, that one right there. Yep, there it is. 1 candle apart. Down arrow, nothing. Sell candle. And you can see here, you got in 20 pip drawdown, and then it dropped 86 pips. All right. So if you're going to trade, that is the strategy that I recommend you trade. And as far as the stop loss goes, All right, I recommend that you put it above the high, the previous high. So, or the previous low. So for this sale here, all right. Number one, I wouldn't have gotten to this sale in the first place. Why? Well, the zone is already here. So you talking about the zone only like 13 pips away. All right. So I wouldn't have got into that trade. Let's go back and take a look, see if we can't find another signal. All right, great. So we got an up arrow. So this next two candle here. All right. And again, this is how I would use it. But your entry been, let's see here. You got it here. So you got up arrow. This is a down candle, but you got up buy for red light, green light. So you got in on this one right here. That's crazy pullback, 96 pip pullback, but it ran up, over. Let's go look at that. Again, it's a higher time frame. You're gonna have higher drawdown, but it ran up 157 pips. So for me, again, because gold is a mover like that, let's go back to gold on the 1 minute so you can kind of see where I put my stop loss and take profit at. All right. All right, go find one of them signals again. Boom. All right, let's look at this here. All right, down arrow from arrow, sell from red light, green light. So your entry is going to be here on this candle. All right, at the start of that candle. Why? Because you won't even have both of these until these candles close. When this candle closes, you get the up arrow, this down arrow. When this candle closes, you get the red sale. So you enter in on this candle right here. Your stop loss, put it above what? The previous high, about 2 or 3 pips. And then TP, I would go down to the next zone, to the zone. All right. Now this zone didn't start till you got here. So your TP would have been down here. The TP would have been down here. All right. But guess what? As soon as this zone formed, then you close the trade out. Then you automatically close that trade out. So that's would have been takes about 5 candles for a new zone up here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So when this one slammed down into the zone, now this zone should have appeared by then. So you're talking about you'd have cut about 15 pips. All right. So that's what I do. Same thing with the buy. You put it below the low, the previous low. It's the previous high. Same thing with the buy. You put it below the previous low. There's no buy here, so gold's been selling. Otherwise, I'd show you, what that kind of looks like. All right, that's how I'd use it. All right, check the chat out. Are these rules only for trading gold? No. So that is the one candle strategy. That's just the one candle strategy. You can use the one candle strategy on anything: oil, indices, forex pairs. Doesn't really matter. All right. You always take zones into consideration. Always take zones. I just went over that. That one trade was too close to the zone. I'm not taking the trade. All right. If you're too close to an opposite zone of where the direction of the trade is going in, you don't take the trade. All right. That's what arrow is there for. Arrows there to tell you, where not to take trades from. Now, if one of the white arrows from arrow is a bounce arrow go entry, and you get a red light, green light entry, then you're good. Now you get the momentum off of that zone. All right. All right. Anybody else? Anybody else? Any other questions? Red light, green light. We talked about that. Market makers trend. I somewhat alluded to it in the chat, but at a later time, we will bring out forex pairs. And for those who don't follow me on Instagram, my Instagram is the same as my Telegram, at Nate Got the Bag. I'll put it here in the chat here. So if anybody wants to go and check out my Instagram page, you can go in there and you can look at my highlights and look at the Market Maker Trend automated highlights. All right? I've been running this software for over a year now, and I started out on forex pairs. All right, and forex pairs had very good results. All right, very good results. So we'll be adding those as well. All right, we will be adding those as well at a later date. All right, at a later date, we'll be adding forex pairs. All right. Anyway, will 2.3 help? No, man. No. Nope. Anybody's got any questions? All right. Any questions, guys, about red light, green light, arrow, market maker? If there are none, we will go ahead and end the call. I'll give it another couple seconds here to see if anybody is typing up a question or not. All right, does anybody have anything? I appreciate everybody that jumped on the call. If you're going to trade today, make sure you trade responsibly, guys. And I will see you guys in the funny papers.